Good morning, YouTube. Well, don't know where we last left off, but we'll just do a recap. So we got all of the cut pieces done around everything. Well, I take it back. The little funky ones in that corner, and both of those corners, we still got to do. Oh, I guess up there too. My office is completely done though, and we started putting in our infill, and so those are the big pieces. I can get you straightened up here. I'll push you into the sun a bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're starting to do our big pieces here, and we offset them by a foot this way, and then we're alternating the seams running back and forth this way because it's not quite 2 sheets wide. So, brain spasm, just give me a second. Anyway, that makes every seam to where it offsets, and so we don't have any type of convection areas. And then we're gonna go back and tape. It rained the night before last, and this is all damp, so we didn't get it taped. But we're gonna tape along the seams on the top sheet, and then I'm spray foaming along all of these cracks right here, and just making sure that's all nice and tight. And then we tack these down with some 5-inch screws just into the OSB and or whatever they hit underneath. Like these ones out here will probably hit into that 2x4, but just enough to get those washers to suck down into that foam, and that secures that really nicely. And then we have our 2x4s that are laying flat. Those are just laying there for dead ballast for right now, but that one is actually screwed down with just 2 screws, and those are big 8-inch screws that go all the way into the I-joist, so that's what is giving us our secure attachment and uplift. Then the 5/8 deck will go on top of all that, and that's it. So we gotta lay some foam. Okay, we'll set you right here for a while. Yep, incoming.
Pants on the ground. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
$71 3/8.
That was so funny.
That was, Amy's like, just lift the board.
Like, what?
I'm like, I can't.
Why aren't you doing that? There we go. Get up.
Oh my god.
Get your little sit bones.
All right, status update. We ran out of foam. Did you say shocker or did you call me something else?
Shocker. Shocker.
I thought I had plenty. I didn't. Anyway, so we are trying to get it taped off to where it will at least shed most of the water and not try to fill the underneath of the foam with water. So in an effort to use everything that we possibly could, we have pieced together on the bottom layer. We try to keep the top layer nice. Is that gonna work if we're not putting shit under it? Or are you just trying to figure out where to put stuff to? So out of however many sheets we had, there was a whole bunch. Why isn't my gimbal working? This is our pile of waste. So I think we've done a pretty darn good job considering all the funky cuts and everything that we've had to do. But we've pieced in where we
15 degrees got us again.
had to. Yeah, 15 degrees might have got us again. So the 15-degree angle, we had to transition from running them this way to running them that way. And it didn't, well, it was a pain. We had a couple of funky cuts. We're trying to get all that done so that when we do get our foam, all we got to do is some straight cuts and drop everything in. And we have some boards laid out up here that we're going to start anchoring down. They're just kind of laid up there for now. We got to run string lines, and then we can just start zipping those in pretty quick. And yeah, I think that's next on the agenda. We'll get that done, and then we'll drop down here and get as many of these done as we can. We can only get a few that'll go all the way through. That'll help hold it down for any of the wind and everything, and then we'll just have to finish up these when we get the new foam. There we go. Okay, well, all for now.
How we getting it up there?
I figured you'd just climb the ladder and bring it one piece at a time. So our amazing superintendent made it back. Quick trip to Menards so that we can complete our styrofoam and tape it off before the rain comes in a few days. So here we go. Perfect.